generally, we have an experience of our environment, we have an experience of other people, and that dictates, obviously, our experience of life. How we perceive and how we relate to stuff. So that means what we'll be tackling is that experience, that very perception would have to change. And or our relationship to that perception would have to change. So that's going to be kind of the same thing, right? So either we perceive something differently, like we see something we didn't see before, or we stop seeing something we are seeing now. And or what we see, we relate to it differently. So if we're going to tackle some principles and observations, they would have to be kind of central to our person, how we relate to other people, how we perceive things. So, how do we do? People tend to be, well, you think and you emote, right? And you react, and you judge, and stuff like that, and you believe. See, these things we already do. See? We already believe stuff, assume stuff, whatnot. So, as Einstein said, we can't solve a problem with the same kind of thinking that got us into the problem in the first place. So, if we continue to believe what we believe and assume and react and emote and think the way we do, then we'll have the same experience, because that's what you're experiencing, right? Wow, changing that, man. So, most of the time we work out of a psychological assessment, really psychological, like, see, how do I feel about it? What kind of reaction does it evoke in me? How I'm at the effect of something in me? Do I like it? Do I not like it? You see? And or do I believe it? Do I don't believe it? Do I agree or disagree? So I want to invite you instead of, and also we're very culturally, our culture plays a big part in how we perceive things, as well as individually and your family, etc., and how you were raised and all that. See, but the culture, because the culture holds, each culture holds a world. Each culture holds different way of looking at stuff. So then I want to invite you to get beyond that, get beyond the culture and your enculturation, and get beyond the psychological, and get beyond the belief systems and assumptions. That's a tall order right there. See, and then, if you did that, of course, things would, that would be a different experience right there, right? See, but not necessarily a better one, it'd just be a different one, Has probably a good chance of being a better one, but still, just because you're going to be afraid of so many things, and then you wouldn't know what to do, and so you kind of know. And I want you to take this on in what I call existential thinking, and or existential perceiving. To look into the matter. What I call existential, and what I mean by that is, as best you can, not assuming anything. You know what I'm saying? See, so when you look at a cup, you don't assume anything about the cup, even that necessarily it's a cup or whatever. You look at it and say, what is it? And you're considering, what's the existence of it, or how cups come into existence? What is a cup in the first place? That kind of thing. How does it come to exist? To be. So as we tackle stuff, I want you to look into it that way, to the degree you understand what I'm asking you to do. See, so you look into an emotion, or you look into perception, or a concept, and you're looking into it like this exists. Why? What is it? What's it doing? What's its purpose for existing? Without taking anything for granted, like, well, because it is. It's just, that's the way things are. But if that's the way things are, then we're kind of stuck here, okay? And the only good we're going to get out of here is meal breaks, So you got a sense of the direction there, what I call existential perceiving, existential investigation. Sort of contemplative, So it's like when we tackle stuff, and there'll be long lectures and be read to, and we'll tackle some difficult stuff. And so you like at contemplating it, trying to experience it. What are we really talking about here? See? Not just agreeing with it or hearing it. Because you could go through something, you hear it and you agree with it, so what? It doesn't change anything. Yeah, I agree with that. See, but what is it? So you have a different experience, because if your experience doesn't change, then we're not doing our work, are we? That's the point here.
Hi, I'm Brendan Lee, and I've been studying with Peter Ralston for 20 years. I really want you to know that no matter how many videos you watch or books you read, it pales in comparison to the power of the live workshops that we host here at the center or on Zoom. If you want to get serious and do work that makes a real difference, please check the links in the description to learn more. Thank you.